Before the 4th of July gets too far behind us, it's a good opportunity to remind ourselves why we celebrate July 4th and so many other holidays, and how we can keep the holidays that are meaningful to us special for years to come. I'm Matthew Murphy, and this is Herald from the North. In 1996, there was a special Christmas episode of the show Sesame Street titled Elmo Saves Christmas, in which Elmo does exactly that. Using a magic snow globe he received from Santa, Elmo wishes Christmas was every day of the year. He then wakes up in a dystopia where all of the charming practices of Christmas time, like trees and gifts and singing, have turned sour. Trees are near extinction, people are broke from all of the gift giving, and everyone is burned out from the overabundance of celebrating. But in the end, Elmo reverses the wish he made, and everything goes back to normal. He learns that the traditions of a holiday aren't special if they happen all the time, but the reason for the holiday can live on all year round. Now you might be asking yourself what this has to do with anything, but unfortunately it has to do with quite a lot. The attitude America has towards holidays has become so misguided that it pretty closely resembles Elmo's mindset from the beginning of the episode. Through a combination of either thoughtless, well-meaning actions or intentional sabotage, the holidays that we celebrate have become nothing more than a day off. If we want our culture's holidays and traditions to be valued, we have to look at what can turn a holiday from something special to something forgotten or even hated. One of the main things that can cause the degradation of a holiday is the focus on quantity over quality. Our culture has flooded the calendar with supposed holidays that are entirely random and pointless. A quick search online will provide you with a calendar that lists all of the bizarre things that people have assigned to particular days of the year. Taking a look at the website Holidays Calendar, on January 1st alone, it lists holidays like National Weigh-In Day, where you celebrate weighing yourself for the first time in the new year to see how much weight you gained over the holiday. It has things like Ginuary and National Bloody Mary Day that both center around drinking those alcoholic beverages, while also being Dry January, where you don't drink alcohol at all. Apparently, you can even celebrate Veganuary month, whatever month, the month for vegans, or alongside that, you can also celebrate National Oatmeal Month. You can even celebrate Z Day, where the poor lost souls who have the last name that starts with the letter Z are put to the front of lists since they spend the rest of the year at the end. And just to note, I didn't see any X or Y Day, which, I mean, they're second and third to last, so I don't know, why don't they get a day? That seems a little inconsiderate. And in fact, actually, probably Z Day is the worst day for Y. Because probably normally he's second to last, but he's at least normally he can say, well, I'm not last like Z, am I right? But he can't even say that anymore. That's his like one comfort. Anyway, I guess they just have to suck it up. And I know it'd be easy to laugh off all of these unofficial holidays, but there's plenty of people who take at least some of them as seriously as though they were real holidays. And while most of these holidays don't have much traction to them, there are still plenty of unofficial holidays and remembrances that get lots of mainstream attention. Major companies and the media and federal government try to co-opt and rebrand Columbus Day as Indigenous Peoples Day. And they spent all of last month telling people to celebrate June as Pride Month, not to mention all of the other days on the quote LGBTQ calendar that they recognize. And unfortunately, all of this abundance of fake holidays has a degrading effect on our real ones. With pretty much anything in life, the more widely available and common something is, the less that thing is actually worth. It's for this reason that dirt's a lot cheaper than gold and water's a lot cheaper than oil. Likewise, it's a lot easier to get over losing a car if you have 5 more sitting in the garage at home than if it's your only mode of transportation. Really, it's just like the inflation that the Biden White House has inflicted on us. The unnecessary creation of holidays makes the ones that we already have worth much less. But all of this begs the question, what makes something a real holiday? It's complicated because it could be argued a holiday is both a mixture of the broader culture celebrating something and the federal government officially recognizing it. So, where do we draw the line? How do we know what we should and shouldn't treat as a holiday? There are varying perspectives on this, but to me, every good holiday boils down to 2 things. Firstly, a true holiday centers around an event. Holidays are simply celebrations with festivities, and the definition of a celebration is an acknowledgement of a happy day or event. And historically, this is how it happened. Christmas and Easter celebrate Christ's birth and resurrection. Columbus Day celebrates his landing in the New World. And 4th of July celebrates our independence from Britain. We also do this on the individual level by celebrating our birthdays and wedding anniversaries. This can even apply more broadly to things like Mother's and Father's Day, where people celebrate the event of becoming parents, or Memorial Day to recognize and respect the moment soldiers gave their lives for their country. And while most of the holidays in the United States began this way, many of them have strayed away from their original event by embracing a broader idea, and they've been cheapened as a result. St. Patrick's Day is celebrated on the day of his death to remember the work for the church that he had done in Ireland, but now because it's lost its focus, it's just a lame excuse for people to get drunk and to wear green. Halloween was originally part of a 3-day celebration with All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day that recognized those who had died and gone to heaven, but now it's a glorification of death and all things ghoulish. And while there's many other factors that threaten to cheapen a holiday, losing sight of the event that created the holiday in the first place is certainly the worst. Which brings me to the second thing that makes something a good holiday, asking the question, what is this holiday about? Was the reason for the event the holiday centers around a good one? This may seem like an obvious question, but part of the reason the holiday obsession has become so prolific is the lack of a sufficient reason to celebrate it. I don't think Bloody Marys and names that start with the letter Z are reason enough to take time out of my day to value them. Even if the made-up holiday focuses around things that I enjoy, like pizza or reading books, their mere existence is not reason enough for me to plan an event for it. As cool as it might be to have the ability to fully celebrate all of the things that we enjoy in the world all of the time, we are finite beings who are only alive for a short while and have a limited capacity for emotional and spiritual investment in things. And because of this, we should be selecting only the most important and fundamentally good things in life to spend our time celebrating. As July progresses and we move on with our lives and all of its distractions, just remember that there are things that have happened that are worthy of celebration. While we can't spend every second celebrating year-round, when those days do arrive, stop for a moment and dwell on the historical and amazing things that have happened in your life or in the past and give them the acknowledgement that they deserve. Take time to celebrate the gift of being in a free country and the blessing of the lives that we live. That's all I have for today. Thanks for listening, and until next time, farewell. Thanks for listening. Remember to use the links in the description to follow me on social media and wherever you get your podcasts so that you never miss an episode.